Hey guys, welcome to the Christopher Cordova channel. Today we're talking about the top 3 things that men need from women. Not the top 5, not the top 10. Now, obviously, there's more than just 3 things that men need from women to be successful and to have a successful relationship. But for me, if I just get these 3 things, I can actually work with that. I can make it happen. So let's jump right into it. Number 1, be his peace and quiet. Now, men have a very stressful life, a much more stressful life than women. And I could make an entire video about how men have a stressful life. But for time's sake, I'll give you a couple of examples. You know how they say that men make more money than women? And it's true, they do, but not for the reasons that some want you to believe. One of the reasons, there's many, but one of the reasons they make more money is because they choose careers that are more stressful, they're harder, right? Construction jobs, they're higher paying, they're hard jobs. Women don't want to do those. Take doctors. Doctors are male dominated careers, and nurses are female dominated careers. Who do you think's more stressed at their job? No one's going to pay you more money to do less work, or no one's going to pay you more money to do an easier job. Now, granted, nurses get stressed too, sure, but the amount of stress that the doctors have is much higher. They have a much higher responsibility. If a patient dies, it's usually because of something the doctor did. And ultimately, everything rests on his shoulders, right? Another example would be activism. As a fellow activist, I know it's a very stressful job. I have cops after me, judges, district attorneys, right? They're retaliating. I have to go to court all the time. I'm going to jail. It's high stress. So I actually was watching this Andrew Tate video, and I know a lot of you guys don't like him, but a woman said something on there, and he responded that really struck a chord with me. She said, "I need a man who's strong enough to handle me." And it's like, dude, after this day of stress and hard work, the last thing I want to do is come home and have to handle anything. I just want you to make me happy, right? That's what you should be. You should be my comfort, be my peace and quiet, right? Number 2, respect. Now, more men will choose respect over love. It's just hardwired into our DNA. We have to have respect to feel fulfilled, to feel happy. Now, granted, we have to earn the respect, but there's probably something about that man that you respected when you first met him, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have aligned yourself with him. Now, of course, use your discernment. I mean, if you're aligning yourself with the guy that lives in his mom's basement and plays video games all day, I mean, you might not respect him, right? But you're probably not going to align yourself with him. And one thing that coincides with respect is to trust his leadership, right? Trust him to be a good leader. If you want to find out how successful a man's going to be, it's directly correlated to the woman he chooses to have by his side. And that's true. A woman can make you or break you. Now, a man can be successful with or without a woman. Granted, you still have to have ambition, a skill set, confidence, and a certain level of intelligence, right? So, like me personally, I'm a V8. I'm a powerful, high horsepower motor all by myself. But when I add a woman to the dynamic, if she's a good woman and she trusts in my leadership, well, now I feel like I can take on the world, right? It boosts my confidence. It's like I just added a supercharger to my V8. But on the other end of the spectrum, if she doesn't trust in my leadership, well, now my confidence is in the toilet, right? If I can't even make the woman, the person that I'm choosing to align myself with, trust in me, how am I going to make anyone else trust in me, right? So now it's like my fuel injectors are all clogged up, right? It's going the opposite. And women, if you don't trust in your man, you're literally going to manifest that, right? The universe has no choice but to give you what you're thinking about, the law of attraction. So the universe has no choice but to say, oh, that's what you think? Okay, here's some more evidence to support that. Here's some more evidence to support that you cannot trust this man to lead. A lot of men will be successful when they're single, right? And then they'll hook up with a girl and she's just totally in awe with him and she's just in love with him and she thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. And his career will get even better, right? But then let's say something happens and there's resentment and now you don't trust him to lead. Maybe the universe is bringing that into your life and now all of a sudden Maybe something happened with his career and he's not doing as good, right? Now, again, men have to put in the work, right? You're not just going to trust in his leadership for nothing. But again, when you first met him, there was something about him that made you want to align with him. So think, is it, I mean, does he really have those qualities? Does he still have those qualities? And if you don't think so, then really you should just leave him, because what's going to happen is you guys are going to just both go down in flames, because men won't leave you most of the time, right? Most of the relationships are broken up by women, right? They initiate the breakup. So for me, I won't, it takes a lot for me to break up with someone. And if she doesn't trust in my leadership, before I just break up with her, I'm probably going to try to convince her that, hey, you should trust me like you used to, right? So, what we need to have that confidence, ladies, is for you to look at us the way you did when you first met us, right? And you thought we were the best thing since sliced bread. That is what's going to motivate us. That encouraging feminine energy is going to make me so much better if you believe in me. And the third thing is have sex with them a lot. And I know that sounds funny, but it's not just a hornball thing, ladies. Sex is how we express our love for you. It's how we feel connected with you, right? So if I'm not intimate with a woman, then it gets to the point where you're just my roommate. You know what I mean? And men are just not going to be happy in a sexless marriage, in a sexless relationship. So, if I can get those three things, I can kind of work with everything else, right? So that's the top three things, in my opinion, guys. And I'm not a life coach. I'm not a psychologist. I just am a guy that has some life experience. So I think I've learned some things over the years, and I have a couple things to teach. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? And this is the Christopher Cordova channel, guys. If you like my content, subscribe. And thanks for coming in. Till next time, love and light.